Welcome to Wild and Free Wednesdays with ARIA on Bondi Radio. Tonight's episode features two very special guests. I have writer, director and filmmaker James Chappell, also iconic Australian actor Gary Sweet. We are talking FLICKERFEST, Cinematic Secrets, and James's film SHELLY. By the way, that's the voice of Leanna Walsman, who also shines in this film, which premieres on the 24th of January 2026 at 9 p.m. at FLICKERFEST at Bondi Pavilion. It's super exciting. So without further ado, here we go. Again from the top, welcome to Wild and Free Wednesdays here with ARIA on Bondi Radio, joined by ARIA Award-winning director James Chappell.
Hello. Thanks.
Hello. And too many awards to count in the Australian film industry, and Logie Award winner Gary Sweet. Hi, Gary.
Howdy, Ari. Thanks for having me.
Yes, you're very welcome, and thanks for both jumping on this episode with me. I am very grateful and stoked that you are both here to talk about James's film that you star in, Gary, SHELLY.
Yes, SHELLY.
Yes.
Finally, Ari, finally.
It's been a while coming, has it?
That kid wasn't even shaving when he asked me to be in his film. Have a look at him. He's got a full beard now. That's how long ago it was when he invited me to be in what I regard as one of the best projects I've been involved with.
Oh, wow.
Oh, thanks, guys. That's
Truly.
kind of you.
No,
well, I did look at the email of our first email interaction. It was 2020. So obviously this film, has been in development for a long time. COVID sort of delayed it a little bit, but then we kind of got back on top and went and made it, which is great. And here we are.
And here you are. And I will just confirm that you do look very handsome with your beard happening.
Oh, thanks, guys.
And films, they're going to take some time to make, right? If they ever get up. So that's a win in itself. And why we're talking about it here and now is it's premiering. It's got its world premiere at FLICKERFEST on the 24th of January, which is just around the corner, yeah?
Yep, coming right up. I think it's at the Bondi Pavilion, which is very exciting.
Yes, indeed. Very, very exciting. And you've also been part of the official selection of the Academy, yeah? The Academy Awards.
Well, I think, I don't know technically if it is or isn't, but I think it might have to win to be actually into the Academy Awards, but it's Academy Award qualifying. So that's what gives us the prestigiousness of the festival, I think, yeah. So I don't know if we're automatically in, but I think if we win, then we will. So it's a 1 in 60 chance. So guys, pray for us.
I'll do it if I can to get that over the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better, Ari. It's up to you.
I will certainly talk it up. It's a great film. What a crew you put together, James, to make it happen.
So, well, obviously our DOP, first Gary's amazing performance. Like the whole script is based around one character, essentially, one lead actor, and then he has a neighbor, Leanna, played by Leanna Walsman. She's an amazing actor in her own right. So they're the two main characters in the film, but Keith, played by Gary, is the lead, and he did an incredible job bringing that to life. But we had also Kieran Fowler as the DOP. He's an old friend of mine, and we've made a lot together. And we hadn't ever done a drama piece together, so his cinematography is incredible. He just did Kangaroo, which is a big Australian film, which did well at box office. So he's kind of off and running, which is great. Hopefully, doesn't run too far away from us. But, hopefully, get him to shoot the feature, guys. Hey.
Yeah, exactly. He paints with a very fine brush.
Right.
He's a fantastic DOP and really intuitive lighting director. He's fantastic, beautiful soft light. And he can make it hard when he needs to. So I think that kid is a great talent, and well, he's a kid. Well, everyone's a kid to me. I don't mean that in any other way than affectionately, but I think he's a huge talent. And James, despite being such a wacky personality, is a very deep thinking person when it comes to anything creative, film clips or indeed short movies, and hopefully full-length features, because if he's doing it, then I'd like to be part of it. It gave me some very, very fine direction. I just really fine points that kind of straightened me up, or you know, in every case, made my performance better.
Oh, thanks, Gaz. Well, Gaz was a dream to work with. You know, we'd been talking for 5 years, so when we're actually on set, we were like, "Is this happening? Is this a joke? Are you having me on?" It's like,
yeah. And did you always have Gary in mind for the role, James, when you wrote it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, basically, I knew my cousin's, but let's just say my uncle. It's my cousin's dad. Wayne is a good friend of Gary's, and I always had him in mind when I was reading the script, because I think he'd spoken about knowing Gary and etc. So that was kind of, yeah, he was definitely top of mind when I was writing the script, and that was the only person that I sent it to, you know, actor wise. I was like, I want to get straight. Asked Wayne, and he sent the script to Gaz, and Gaz responded quite promptly. I think was you had a read, and he you know, you were digging it, you got it, and I did a few passes on the script over the ensuing years, and then you know, every time I did a rewrite, he seemed to respond to it getting better. And then and then we sort of, obviously there was just delay after delay, so every time I called him, I'm like, "Sorry, Gaz, you know, we're not doing it now, but we're going to do it next year." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, whatever."
Yes, sure we are.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, we got there in the end. It just, short films are so hard to pull people together. You know, obviously pulling all the favors you have accrued from, you know, making TV ads, music videos where you're actually paying people and it's a job. And then, you know, you got to kind of still put money together to kind of the basic necessities to get it going. But, you know, it's, you know, it's hard enough, but it is like a passion project essentially. And one, I've done other shorts, but this one was truly, that I've written and directed, truly something that was like special to me, and I wanted to make the perfect short film in my mind before moving on to a feature. And I feel like we've achieved that, especially with someone of Gary's caliber of acting. So I think that's what has sort of made me feel more confident as a director to kind of move into the next step of a feature, you know, working with someone like a good actor. Sorry, now don't disrespect to the previous talent I've worked with, but Gary is just incredible. So that it's kind of like you can sit back, you know, you give a bit of direction or not, depending on how you feel. And then Gary just goes, like we were out on a fishing boat out the heads, and I was violently seasick and he wasn't. He's got sea legs. And I'm lying on the bottom of the boat. And that was a time where he just knew what to do, because I was basically nonverbal for about 20 minutes, or trying not to let people know that I was nonverbal. But it became very apparent that I was ill. There were a few other people that were probably turning as well, like the DOP as well, Kieran. But I luckily had an ondansetron, which is like a anti-nausea pill, in my wallet. And I just stuck that in and then somehow managed to get through. But I drove Gary all the way back to where he was staying, and he was talking to me, and I'm still like I'm looking at the road, and the road's kind of turning, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get through this. But so it's but Gary just kept on doing what I needed him to do without me being able to verbalize, because he just had the instincts to know what we needed to get. Once we got one take, it's like he knew what to do and how to, you know, try something a bit different, or he understood that the coverage, you know, he's experienced, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And that was a refreshing thing, to work with someone who just, you don't waste any time, because he's just switched on, and, you know, that's the best part.
Yeah.
And to be very fair, the weather changed very quickly for the worse. So what started out as a very flat ocean off the heads turned into a very bumpy one in the space of about 15 minutes. So, we had to be very, very quick. And, you know, that's what was great about the crew. They were, you know, as prompt as they needed to be, and without losing any of their dexterity and their brilliance. So, well, it was a bit of fun for me, not so much for James, but but you know, it all adds to the texture of the film. You know, you can kind of see it, kind of feel. You know.
Well, you know, we went out there and actually shot on a boat out the heads. You know, I wanted it to feel real, and that was kind of what we, you know, getting stuff for real sometimes has side effects like seasickness or, you know, hopefully not injury. But, you know, I don't remember the pain. I just remember that it was a great experience. That's all, you know. And
Yeah.
I do find it really funny though. We did have that location in mind down at Quarantine Bay, Manly, and we had to get on the boat there. We had the boat coming to pick us up. These guys are film industry guys at David Bowring and Andrew Park. So they're both fishermen, so they're in the film industry and they're both fishermen. So they helped us kind of rig the. I wanted it to look like Jaws, you know, Quint's kind of big rod and all that sort of stuff. They did a really good job of making that all look very accurate because we weren't catching fish, so we had to improvise, you know, use a big rock to kind of make it drop to the bottom of the ocean and make it look like Gaz is like, you know, pulling in something very, very heavy. But the funniest thing was I don't think we actually got the permits in time, or I can't remember what exactly happened, but Gaz and I arrived on scene and they were like, they didn't know we were coming in to use the wharf, and they said, oh, you need permits and this sort of stuff. So Gaz and I had to go and charm them, and basically the second Gary walked into this office of I don't know what it was, the kind of
Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, there was instant recognition of Gary's suite from this lady, and she was like, oh, what can I do to help you? Normally I wouldn't be, you know, able to do this, but we can, and then they started ferrying us down in trucks and vans and helping us get all our stuff on the boat. They were really, really nice, and and it was thanks to, you know, Gary's charming personality that we got that done. You know, it could have gone otherwise, which is but it all went smooth considering. But that's the fun of filmmaking. You just don't know how it's going to go. You know, it's like you can't prepare for things sometimes, but it all went well because Gary's got the right attitude, and that's what made it awesome, I think, from my perspective.
And the chops, as the Americans like to say in acting, right? The chops.
The chops. Yeah.
I like a chop. I like a lamb chop. I just saw Sam Kekovich advertising lamb before while I was watching the cricket. Yes.
Nice. He's still doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Still going.
The big lamb ad's coming. I think it always debuts on Australia Day, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. For a preview, the lamb ad. The lamb ambassador. Yes.
That's great. Hey, I want to come back to so Gary, you were saying that it's the finer points of James's direction that led you into this. Great performance, it really is. And then we're talking about the unpredictability of the ocean itself. That you can feel the danger when you watch it. So while James is on his back on the boat, basically
sunbaking, on the other boat, yeah.
I wish,
as he was saying,
sunny's on, having a little, mojito or something. I'm out there in the, in the waves. Yeah.
Gary directed the whole sequence. I wasn't even
there. James had a little half an hour off, but Now look, the thing is, I remember what I said. James understands his script very well, and I never, It's funny, when I do series television, a new director would come out. I never expected. I always said to the director, "Don't think that I know any more about this character than you do," because, and particularly somebody like James, who invests deeply in the character and the reasons, and and what he sees as the outcome for the film, and I just loved having those discussions with him. He, as I said before, is a very profound thinker, and it makes it easier for me when I understand the kind of direction that we want to go in. And he's very collaborative, and it just turned out that we felt quite the same way about this film, and it made it very easy to go along with it. And as I said, he gives me fine points. Sometimes I can go off on a tangent for some reason, Ari.
Which is great because you've got that that depth,
No, but he gently guides me back to the area I'm supposed to be in. So yes, I can't stress enough what a pleasure it was to work with him.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers, Gaza. Yeah, it was awesome. I just there's also a funny thing about the way that the film came together. I found this location for Keith's character's house, and it was I was just driving down this road, and I was on Google Maps, and I'm looking for a swimming pool, right? Because obviously, you know, not giving too much away, but he has a swimming pool and
Yeah.
it's used for something. And I wanted that real Australiana suburban kind of old Crete pebble kind of pool.
Yeah.
From the 70s or 80s. And I'd seen a few houses and things weren't kind of lining up 100%, but I just saw this pool, jumped out of the car, ran and knocked on the doors, an elderly couple,
Oh, wow.
Bob and Carol Swavely, lovely, lovely people.
Yeah.
And they were so nice. I kind of like charmed them. And then they kind of said, okay, yep, no problem. That sounds good. And then we get in there. Bob's a character, like he's run an auto mechanic company for years. I think he's in his late 80s. And he's he's smoking his Winnie Blues or Winfield Golds. I can't remember. But anyway, he loved them. I gave him a big carton of them just to kind of seal the deal.
Nice.
And a case of VB. That's his own. The only drink he drinks is a VB. So
Seriously.
VBs,
So
Winnie
Australian.
Golds. You know,
How could you
sold.
resist?
Yeah.
Not even I would say no to that, to be honest.
No.
Yeah. But they had no idea about the film industry, you know, about anything to do with coming into their house. Luckily, they had like their own little upstairs area, and we could just sort of take over downstairs. But the key thing that sold the house, not besides the pool, was amazing. It had a pool house and a garage and all the things we needed for the film. But they had he built a bar, his own bar, literally by hand in the 70s, and it's still there. It had a little Australian flag. Like you didn't even need to art direct it. It was literally like, this is the thing I like doing, is finding things that exist that are already incredible that no one has ever seen. And the bar in itself is like, it just, I go, Gazza, see Bob, that's you, that's Keith, Bob. You know, like this is like, you know, and the way he responded, and like he's so gruff and set in his ways, and you know, like he's a lovely bloke. You know, you can have a direct conversation with him. But yeah, I think, you know, just having him around kind of and that house and kind of lived in house and that character just there, I think it helped brush off a little bit on Gazza, you know, hanging out with Bob.
Yeah.
Smoking a few Winnie Golds.
Yeah. I did suck on a few of those Winnie Golds or whatever they were too, I tell you. Hey, the bar itself though, and the way it's lit in the film is deeply moving. I think it's really beautiful.
Yeah. And
given the nature of the scene involved, I think you know, that's where James and Kira's eyes come into it. You know, they tell it. See, it's amazing how it just happened. He just saw that place. Yeah. He just saw the maestro, just saw it and went in and knocked on the door and charmed him. Next minute we're in there. You know, it might not have happened. It might, you know. Yeah. Kind of serendipitous, really.
I would say serendipitous as well. I was going to use the word synchronicity, because when you guys have both talked about, you know, charming your way in with Parks and Recreation. I mean, sure, yes, but, you know, you've got this body of work on police rescue, Gary. You've got iconic films like Bodyline. Come on, you know, yes, that is all behind when you come into a space and you're looking to shoot a film. I mean, it's not surprising to me that someone's going to give you the green light on that, because you're meant to be there, for want of a better turn of phrase. And James finding that place, same thing. You know, you're in this flow with this story, and the depth of the meaning for Australian men in this film, I want to say, is strong and powerful. It really, really is. And so I'm glad that things came together for you in that way, because I was going to ask about the art direction on that bar. So I thought, who has done that? Because you can feel the years in the walls.
Yeah, you can smell the smoke in the wall. You know, you can just it's just glorious, I think. Yeah. And to bathe it in that light that we had, it makes it, you know, a truly romantic scene in every sense of the word, I think.
Yeah, like he's got his little transistor radio. He's got, every time we were looking for an ashtray, we're like, oh, there's Bob's ashtray. It's
great.
And it looked ornamental. Like, great, we'll use that. Like, we brought everything we needed, but then we ended up just using Bob's stuff because it was like better. You know? And it, like, you know, it was just, he had so much cool, like, ornate glassware that he drank his whiskey from. And obviously it was apple juice, guys, but, you know, it looks the same. Was it, guys? I don't know.
Was it? Wasn't. We can't reveal our secrets.
We can't reveal our cinematic secrets.
We went full method acting there, on the whiskies,
Yeah, I'm a Methodist. Yeah.
That's so great.
But yeah, I'm going to invite them down. I don't think they still haven't seen the film, but I did say, hey guys, come down to the screening. You know, if they can't make it for whatever reason, you know, he's probably in his late 80s, so they did say they would come. That would be kind of funny. And if not, I'll just deliver them a DVD or something to their house, so, whatever way they can watch it. You know, I don't know.
DVD, yes, is that? Yeah, that'd be right. They'd have it on the DVD player.
Yeah.
So that transistor radio, was that Bob's, or was that a choice?
No, that was actually a key item that I got from Sydney Props. Sydney Props, yeah. I've got a friend that works there, and I came in and I was like, that one.
Yeah.
It was incredible. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I think I had one of those for real.
And also the music that you've chosen there.
Oh yeah, well, Mikey Lira, he's an incredible composer. We were so lucky to get him. Obviously, we had the film scored very light, and Gary and I were pretty happy with it. But then we saw what Michael brought to it. I kind of was chasing Michael for a while. He sort of was very busy, and then he became available. You know, we sort of entered into a few festivals without the score. And I think that score really kind of finished the film. The film was finished in its entirety except for that element that was missing, and he did some incredible scoring, especially because he's in a band himself. He did like this radio track, this hillbilly radio track that he's listening to on the radio. That was all done by him. Incredible. And that sort of adds a bit of dark comedy, that little track. And it was like these tonal shifts that he did that I wasn't expecting that kind of enhanced the film, you know, in ways that I didn't see. So it's always interesting to have a composer who's creative come in and try different things. And then that sort of was really interesting. And yeah, he actually, there's like, I think he's done another slow jazz number by the pool. We originally had the cricket playing when Keith's at the pool, and then I think he kind of added this kind of slow jazz number, which really kind of added a bit of comedy. So I think he really like changed the tone for the better, you know, in terms of his scoring. And then obviously there's that big orchestral sort of sweeping stuff at the end, which is where the suspense and the big reveals happen. Yeah, but that's all I can really say on the music.
Yeah. I could imagine it. I'm just so delighted to hear that it's completely original, because the track that comes over the transistor, it sounds like something that you would hear, you know, on the radio or of that time, and that it is original is just makes the piece even stronger. So yeah, just back to FLICKERFEST and coming up. On the 24th of January. Can people still get tickets to this now, James?
Yes, they can. There's tickets available for we're part of Australian Shorts 3, which is on the first night. It's Saturday 24th. We're the last session, and that's the only session outdoor in the pavilion in the outdoor area. So if it's bad weather, we'll move inside, but I'm hoping for a good night. And then that's kind of where you want to be, out where the palm trees are and, you know, the stars and all that sort of stuff. So that's really exciting. There are tickets available. I think they're $25 for that session. And yeah, hope you guys can come along, whoever wants to see Shelley. It's going to be great.
Super keen to see Shelley starring Gary Sweet and Leanna Walsman. Gary, do you want to talk a bit about what it was like to work with Leanna?
Yes, I would like to talk about Leanna, because she's a very interesting actress. I've worked with her once before, but I'd forgotten because I'm old. We did make a movie, and the name of it escapes me now. However, it was great to see her again, and she has to do a stunt in the movie, which she embraced and went for it. I was now I've done lots and lots and lots of stunts in my time, with varying degrees of difficulty. But she was spectacular. She embraced the stunt and gave it everything, and that just, I am so impressed with that. I'm so impressed with anybody who attempts something, who's up for it and gives it their best. And I have so much respect and admiration for her. She's a great actress. Everybody knows Leanna. Everybody knows she's so solid. She's so you know, able to transform a character, you know, or transfer a character off the page into a performance, you know.
Right.
And which she does in this. She's great. She's great as a very snoopy next door neighbour. But yeah, she was. It was great to catch up with her, and it tickles me that she really had a crack at this stunt and smashed it out of the ballpark.
Yeah, absolutely agree. So worth seeing that moment. James, do you want to comment on Leanna's work there?
Oh yeah, Leanna was awesome. She's like a mutual friend, and we've sort of known each other socially for a few years. And I've been looking for something to do with her. That kind of had her also in mind for this from day one. And it was like whether she was available or not. I think she was shooting a TV series. She plays a detective. And then I think we were just sitting at a friend's bar, and I said, "Hey, can you do this?" She's like, "Yep, done." She read the script, she liked it. But I just love the fact that she get on set and she was like questioning like the motive and the character and the even the blocking and I'm with Kieran, and it's like she's a deep thinker in that sense. So it's kind of like obviously Gary and her have very different styles of acting. You just kind of adapt to if everyone's like own. Basically, it's like if they're asking questions, that's good. Like I want to be able to answer those questions, but sometimes you don't have the answer. And then you're like, okay, well, let's work through that. I don't know, just to kind of make sure, they're feeling comfortable and understand what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
But there was a big stump, including a swimming pool, and she did have to get wet, and she was a legend trooper. Yeah. We got it in one take, which is basically all we had.
Yeah, it's great.
The reset on the clothes would have been a nightmare, but she nailed it in one. Yeah. And then we just kept her wet for as short amount of time as we could before getting into the shower. But yeah, she literally nailed that and sold it so well. And with Gaz, we don't over explain what happens there, but yeah, like she has a pet cat, and it goes missing, and that's why she starts snooping around Keith's house. And there's a swimming pool, there's a mysterious creature from the deep. You can kind of see where this is going, but yeah.
And is this the kind of thing, these sort of mystery sort of, you're not sure what's going to happen, but you're drawn in by, the mystery of, one character being Keith, Gary's character, and then you're seeing Leanna's character, and you're like, ooh, what's she about? What's going to happen there? So you're drawn in by those two things. Plus you got the great cinematography and the score. Everything's, tied together. Is that the type of filmmaking that made you want to start when you were younger?
Yeah, this is the best thing about particularly short films, is that you've only got a limited amount of time to tell the story. Yeah. So you've got a very clear beginning, middle, and end of it. I've done many television series that go on for years. And it's kind of, it's a different proposal altogether. It's like a marathon, but this is a sprint, right? And you've really got to engage the audience, grab them, and engage them, and then, if you can, flick a twist in at the end, which makes it even more appealing. And it's definitely what's happened in this case, and it's definitely what happens in a lot of short films. They're quirky, they're funny, they're deeply emotive. It's a great medium, I reckon, and it's a great avenue to develop and display young directors, and young filmmakers. On the tech side of things from the crew as well. So, I love a short film, and I love a short film festival, and I look forward to getting there to the FLICKERFest, because I haven't been there before.
No way! First time at FLICKERFest.
Yes, way. I haven't been before.
It's going to be my first time at FLICKERFest too. James, what about you? Have you been before?
It's also my first time.
No way!
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I obviously I've known about it for many years. Everyone knows about it. I used to go to TropFest when I was like 18 to 20, and then that kind of went away. And I think FLICKERFest became known as the kind of true prestigious festival, Academy Award qualifying. TropFest is slightly more gag based, and there's a bit more money sort of sponsorship prize element going on there, especially with the new Commonwealth Bank taking over, and that's very commercialized. I think nothing wrong with it. But FLICKERFest is more about the true artists, I think, Australia, and even established or not established. I think it's like, young talent and directors getting together with talent like Gary, or, I think there's another film with Hugo Weaving. And, it's like they're getting these Australian household names, and it's like there is a level of quality that is high. And it's like and then that's what we're aiming for, So I think FLICKERFEST, anyone can pick up a camera and make something. I think that's the kind of ethos behind
Right.
it. Whereas FLICKERFEST is like more for the people who've been sort of working away and have a few years of experience under their belt and want to create a short drama that has an Australian sort of story. I think that's why this one kind of connected with FLICKERFEST. You know, just the themes behind it and also the setting based in Sydney and out on the water and fishermen, Bondi, sea. It's kind of got a sea focused story. So
there's a lot, but it is deep as well. The story is deep, James, and I think that the meaning that runs through it is very powerful. It really is. So short. But you have captured the water quite beautifully, which is difficult to do, particularly at night.
Yeah, so we had this really great underwater cinematographer, Spencer Frost. He came on board to help shoot all our underwater sequences, and we shot that at Coogee Baths, I think it was. Wiley Baths, yeah, which is an incredible old Art Deco space. Yeah, like originally when I had come up with this film, we were going to shoot it down the South Coast, and you know, I looked at that budgetarily, and I was like, this is insane. I don't have the money to go, you know, to ferry people down to Kiama, and like what they had all these ideas for the perfect location that I'd found them, but just logistically it didn't work. So I had to kind of come up, and that's what filmmaking is. You kind of just got to pivot and make it work within whatever, you know, restrictions you have. And then I realized I could make it in Sydney. There's also a rural element, so we went out to where was it? Out near the Western Airport. I'm trying to think.
Where were we? Yeah,
where were we, guys?
I don't know. Where was that?
How far from the city were you?
I think it was like 45 minutes out. But I also managed to get a baby goat from a Bangladeshi goat farmer for one scene, and that was all in the same area. He was only 5 minutes away from my mate's house when we were filming this farm sequence where Gaza had to do another stunt because he's a great manual driver.
Really?
Thankfully, he can drive manually.
Just old, Ari. That yes, I'm old. I used to have a manual.
I aspire to drive manual or
they're fun.
even automatic.
Hey James, what about the guy that gave us the salamis?
Oh yeah, he was great. Alex is our behind the scenes photographer. He was the one that lived there, and we used his property to shoot on. And then the next door neighbors, he's an Italian farmer. I think his name was I don't want to get it wrong, but he was making his own salami, and at the end of the shoot, he came out and gave us it's like the best salami I've ever had.
It was great.
It was
awesome. Magnificent.
Yeah,
super spicy. You'll blow your head off. Yeah.
That's me.
And that was the great day because that was the last thing we shot on the short. I think it was a 3 or 4 day shoot, but that was, you know, it was a one take shot or one, so we rehearsed it, and obviously it was involving stunts and a goat. So we had an animal stunts and, you know, Gary driving essentially. It was a one take shot, so the camera was rigged to the car with a slow zoom. So it was like a very kind of like Hitchcockian kind of slow zoom suspense sequence. Where was I going with this?
Sorry, go. No, I was going to jump in and say that when the listeners do come to FLICKERFEST on the 24th and see you guys at 9 o'clock, they are in for a treat of watching Gary drive, because God, there's a lot going on for you, Gary, in that car.
There is a lot going on there, yeah.
Oh, far out. It's intriguing. But also, James, you can come back to your point after you answer this.
Oh yeah, no, it's good that you interrupted so I could organize my thoughts.
Helping you out. But does the Bangladeshi goat get a credit?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the goat's in the credits. Yeah. We have a goat wrangler in the credits. We've got all sorts going on there.
Goat wrangler, yes.
We've got a cat wrangler. The thing is, this film has a lot of elements that could go wrong, and the cat we had for one scene, basically was not cooperating, and
the cat was a diva. Let's face it, the cat was a diva.
Yeah,
the cat.
Gary, all cats are divas. That's what's great about them.
Kidding. Yeah.
Rowan the cat was the cat. The diva in question was called Rowan, and we basically were trying to get it to walk through a shot with a bit of food, and you know it took like 25 takes. We were already going we were about to go into overtime, and on shorts you don't want anyone to do any overtime because you don't want to take the piss. So this cat cost us, you know, maybe an hour trying to get this shot. We did get it in the end, so it's not like, you know, we don't hate the cat completely. The cat's great.
No.
It was just acting up, you know.
The cat loved itself sick. Yeah.
Again, I want to say, Gary, all cats do. That's the beauty of them.
And
Yeah, they're for themselves, you know.
Yeah.
There's no teamwork, you know.
No.
Cats.
No. I saw a play in New York once and a cat walked. It was meant to be the backstage cat, walked on to the scene. And the play just fell over. No one cared what was happening. Everybody was just watching the cat until it left. And then they resumed the play because they really are.
Upstaging bastards they are.
They
Yes.
are
So I was just going to say we do. Yeah. So we had all these animals. So we've got a goat. We've got 2 cats. We've got a mysterious creature from the deep. So there's all these elements that could go wrong, and thankfully the goat was pegged to the ground for the scene. But that does an incredible job in the scene. It's quite funny what the goat does.
There's actually 2 men in a goat suit. It was Ari. Actually, no, it wasn't. Sorry,
Gary, I was just having a laugh the other day about the sequel for this film, but so I've got some ideas, but obviously we'll see how this one goes. But yeah, I was just it might involve an inflatable aqua park. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's
well,
where we
then
can take
definitely
the next one.
I'm in.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Yes. Of course. Naturally, I'm in now.
Yeah.
It
goes wild.
Yeah.
Who do you have to ask for a permit for that?
Yeah.
Don't worry. Charm them.
We'll work it out.
We'll charm them. I'll volunteer to be the cat wrangler.
Yay.
We can charm them with cigarettes and what was it, VB?
That's it.
Yeah.
It works on everyone, including
body
cats.
of work.
Yeah.
James,
just one last thing on that. On that farm sequence. When I wrote the sequence in mind, I had Gary. Obviously, I know Gary is an incredible actor, but there was so much going on in the scene, which you'll see. But it's kind of like an emotional roller coaster of what happens. Yeah. It's like I'll just say it. He's trying to kidnap a goat from a farm, and he gets sprung basically, and it's like he has to escape these aggressive farmers. And it's just he gets away within an inch of his life, but it's like the performance that comes after that from Gary was like when I wrote it, I could see it very clearly, and that was one thing that Gary you just completely nailed, and it was exactly how, or better than I imagined. But it was that would have been in my mind. I'm like, is this possible? And then you did exactly what I thought, and then better. Yeah. So, and that was a real epic moment.
You're very kind. It was easy to work with you, brother. That's for sure.
Yes, well, I'm writing the feature. Wayne, obviously there's a character called Wayne, funnily enough.
Yes.
And I'm writing it for Gary, and we're hoping that's going to be like the next sort of great Australian horror film. So that's going to be next, hopefully.
Oh, how exciting! So will this be a completely different story, or
completely different? Yeah, but it's sort of based in Australia on a similar setting, but like a psychological horror film. So yeah. Oof. It's called We'll Take Care of You. But anyway, that's all I can say.
No, that's terrifying in itself. It's already chilling.
Yeah.
Oh. So do you know how many people are expected to come down and see you and Shelley, this fantastic short film that you've got coming up on the 24th of January down at FLICKERFEST? How many people?
Well, I'm sort of like building a bit of a list now to kind of check off who's coming, etc. So I don't know the exact numbers yet, but my sister decided to have her 50th birthday on that same night. So we're going to have to, Gary, cruise into Coogee Bay Hotel, smash a few drinks, then head over to, thankfully, Bondi's just next door. Yes. Head in, we'll come in hot to FLICKERFEST for the screening. Hopefully we can intro the film. That's an option, I think. So that could be a disaster or it could be great. We'll see.
Yeah.
Either way.
It's super exciting.
And then we'll have an after party to go to as well because the 50th will still be going. So
yes,
it'll become an unofficial after party for the Shelley film.
Excellent.
Cruise on into Australia Day or the 25th. Straight after FLICKERFEST. Is that what I'm hearing?
Totally. Yeah.
Ooh.
Why not?
Can't see a reason. I think it's very important for Bondi at this time to all band together as a community, and certainly having filmmakers like yourself and actors of your caliber, Gary, coming in. It's just very exciting, I think, for Bondi to house and showcase this level of talent and capability. The film is just outstanding, and I really hope that you do win and that you come out, on the other side, walking into the Academy with that nomination. I mean,
that'd be pretty exciting.
Wouldn't
Thank you very, very much, Ari. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for putting together such a great piece. And I think, this interview, if anything, has certainly reminded me that the depth of the story, the care and concern for the actors and the creatives is at the core of some beautiful work. And that's what draws great people together to create great things.
Yeah. I agree entirely.
Right.
Yeah, and I think timing is another thing, because obviously we delayed it. But if we didn't push the button when we did at that time, then we probably wouldn't have filmed in that house, or it just the way it fell together for whatever reason, synchronicity. I don't know what word you use there, but serendipity. That's the beauty of filmmaking is you've got only so much control. You can put all the pieces together, and then you sort of see how it all happens. You sort of respond real time to the things that are happening in front of you, the crew working, interacting, the actors, working together, maybe for the first, or, haven't worked together, in a while, or etc. So that's really exciting to see, to put it all together and just watch what happens. Obviously, as a director, you have to control some of it and a lot of it. But it is. That's the excitement going into a project like this. You don't know how. Well, you've got a vision and you've had it for 5 years, but then when it finally happens, it's better than you expected, which is really cool.
Oh, it is. And what about? Are you excited to see how the audience is going to respond?
Oh yeah, totally. That'll be good. That's always a really gratifying process. It's really satisfying when people either get the film or just enjoy it from their own perspective. So it's either way you kind of win. It's a really nice feeling to make people think about certain themes in the movie and concepts and things. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. It's deep, and I think that it will resonate as well. So the immediate reaction is going to be really fascinating to see on the ground in Bondi what happens there at FLICKERFEST, but then after the conversation that is started and that will continue for you guys as the film goes forward, I think will be really, really interesting. So, please keep me informed if there's anything that I can do or that we can do here for you at Bondi Radio. We are here for you. And before you go, quickly, favorite film, James, all time?
Well, it just came straight to my head, so I'll just say it. Aliens from James Cameron. It just came in, if that's the one that came in, I'll just say it, because I can't. There's obviously a top 10, top 20, but that just popped in. Maybe because it's the beginning of the alphabet, but anyway, Aliens.
What about you, Gary? Favorite film all time?
I'm gonna go Gangs of New York.
Whoa!
Oh, very good, Gary. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
He's method.
Love it. Thank you for sharing that.
Actually, can I just say one more now that I've thought about it? True Romance.
True Romance. I love True Romance.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the best films ever made. I mean, Tarantino's only or second film that was not directed by him, but a script from a great director like Tony Scott coming in and using Tarantino's amazing dialogue and characters, and then just making something crazy that's never ever going to be made again. It's a product of its time. And I remember seeing that when I was young. My siblings bought me a DVD from the UK, and it was R-rated. I was probably 13. I was like, whoa, 18. 18, and it lived up to the 18 rating because it was super violent. But it was awesome. That's probably my number one for sure.
Yeah, and Tony Scott as well. I remember seeing Domino and just thinking, this guy's a filmmaker of something very different.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The color palette, the tone. I wish he was still around to do it. And Tony Scott, far out. Yeah, True Romance.
Love it.
He's the goat, as they say, the young ones these days. He's the goat.
Yeah, he's
on theme with the goat in our film. He's the greatest of all time.
Yo.
You're talking about Gary or the Bangladeshi goat?
Oh, the Bangladeshi goat. The two
No,
guys
I'm
in the
talking about
goat
you,
suit.
Gary Sweet.
Two
No,
guys in the goat suit.
fight to the death, Gary Sweet. The guys in a goat suit. No, it's a fight to the death, Gary Sweet. You are the goat in the film, I feel.
Harry, wait till you see the behind
Very
the scenes. You'll see the guys in the goat suits.
Yes.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Any last words? Otherwise, I want to say thank you so much, guys, for
You're welcome.
jumping in on the show. You've been brilliant, and the film is too. So, yeah.
No,
Thanks,
I've got
Harry.
nothing else. So thank you very much for having me, Harry. Thank you. Hope to see you there.
Absolute
Yes.
pleasure. Yeah, I'll
See
see
you
you.
at FLICKERFEST.
Yeah.
No worries. Okay.
All right.
Legend.
Thanks,
See
guys.
ya. See you, Maestro.
See you guys. Thanks, mate. Bye.
Bye, James. Bye, Gary.
Bye. Bye.